Welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Wyld Young.
Hello, I'm Melanie Miller.
Okay, was that your TMZ podcast presentation voice?
It's like I'm Melanie and I'm proud of it.
Okay, I like that.
Can I bring you a fun fact before we start the show?
Sure.
It's God's Day. It's Taylor Swift football today, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Kickoff for the NFL 2024-25 season.
Today is kickoff day for God. Anyway.
We got to get to our stories today.
All right.
Jennifer Lopez. You know her and Ben headed for divorce. Divorce has been filed. But J-Lo is moving on from Ben Affleck in a big way.
How?
I'll tell you about it. Stick around.
Okay.
Also, Keith Urban, he made a comment about Miley Cyrus that some people are considering not a compliment and more like a jab. But he says it was a compliment.
I think she'll take it as a compliment. I'll tell you why.
I think so, too. Green Day, a scary incident unfolded at a Green Day concert yesterday or Wednesday in Detroit, where they had to be rushed off the stage. Very shocking, very frightening. We'll tell you all the details. And then lastly, in our Almost News segment today, we have not talked about them in a very long time. My favorite divorcees, soon to be divorced, Kim and Kroy.
Kim, back together, not together?
No.
Are they worse than Offset and Cardi B?
Yes.
Oh.
Kim Zolciak, Kroy Biermann, you all know they're headed for Splitsville, but on top of that, they have a mounting amount of financial problems. Well, now Kroy Biermann wants to force the sale of their marital home so that they ain't in as much financial ruins as they are in right now. But let's start with Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez yesterday, Wednesday, she was spotted out in Beverly Hills.
She's living her best life.
Living her best life. First of all, we got to say, I think it was over the weekend, J-Lo posted like a carousel with like a slideshow of photos on Instagram of like hot thirst traps. Looking good, body looking good, looked like she's living her best life. And then on Wednesday, we spotted J-Lo out in Beverly Hills, living it up.
Going to a spa.
Getting
refreshed.
Refreshing herself. I feel like this is sometimes a thing that, I don't want to say women specifically, but I feel like people do when they go through a breakup. They like, all right, I need to like zen myself.
No.
Self-care.
You don't zen yourself. You go full force. You go, I'm getting my hot girl body back.
Okay.
And I'm going to show this man how fucking stupid he is.
So this is her revenge body?
This is her revenge body.
Okay. She's looking good. So we saw her out in Beverly Hills yesterday.
She's upgrading.
Upgrading from Ben Affleck, though? Ben Affleck's pretty top tier.
All right.
I don't know. So the interesting part is after she went to the spa, she went house shopping. So
she needs a new house.
But like she didn't get rid of the old house. So J-Lo, after she went to the spa, she then went to a $20+ million mansion to check it out, do some window shopping, clearly looking for a new space, trying to move on from the whole Ben situation. But the weird thing is, her and Ben Affleck have yet to sell their $63 million home
that's
that
gonna
they
take
have.
a minute.
Right, but
she needs a place to live. And she wants to get the hell out of there.
But
she's not. You would stay there? It's a huge house all by yourself. That's sad. Move on.
Maybe this is like poor people mentality, but how you gonna buy a new house before you sell the old house?
She's in half of it's Ben's money. It's not all her money. And according to reports, she's way richer than Ben.
I mean, we went through a celebrity net worth situation this morning, and we were looking at their net worths, and she does have a reported net worth that is larger than Ben's.
Yeah, she's got the dough.
But Ben has his production company that he shares with Matt Damon. He has a bunch of movies. He's been around for a while. I'm just interested in the fact that they are selling their current home that they share together, which hasn't sold yet, but in the process of trying to sell that, and she's already looking for a new home. How much money does Jennifer Lopez have? Now, we know Ben Affleck is now living in a new place in Brentwood.
He got a new place. She's got to get a new place.
All right, I guess.
She's got to get a new place.
Out with the old, in with the new?
Yeah, it's way too big for her. And plus, according to a bunch of realtors, this place may take a minute to...
Yeah, apparently before Jen and Ben bought the house, it was on the market for some time.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive.
It's going to take a minute to unload.
Yeah, no one has that kind of money. I mean, I don't have any money, but I definitely don't got that kind of money.
Oh, we're really sliding into payday this week for me.
I like this, though. I like that they are getting divorced, but they're not, shying away from the public. We see Ben out. He has a new haircut. We've seen him with his kids. We've seen him with Jen Gardner.
He's living the usual life.
but like business as usual. And now we see
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez and like, but neither one of them are sulking is what I kind of mean. Like, sometimes you see breakups and one person just seems down on their luck. And then another person just seems happy. Like they both seem like they're moving on. I don't know behind the scenes.
But they sulked. We saw them sulking for the last 3 months.
Just together, just not before they actually filed for divorce.
Yeah,
just
separately
moping around.
sulking, moking around. And now they're like, all right, time to get a new love.
All right.
A new interest.
All right. Well, shout out to Ben and Jen. Hopefully they can continue moving on and live their best lives.
Oh, they will. Don't you worry about Miss Jennifer from the block.
Not Jennifer from the block. Moving on. Keith Urban made a weird comment about Miley Cyrus that I personally don't think is weird. So Keith was on the Fitz and Whippa with Katie Ritchie podcast.
Huh? Is that some Australian stuff?
It is. It is a podcast that is based in Sydney, Australia. And
Okay.
as to not offend our Australian listeners, because we have a big amount of Australian listeners.
Well, we have an Australian host.
Exactly.
I know.
So we got to be respectful of our Australian counterparts.
Okay. But even they'd
I
probably
go,
admit it's a
crikey,
little bit
mate.
weird.
So,
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
No, okay.
Now we've offended them.
Yes. So Keith Urban was on this podcast and they asked him just about like Miley Cyrus and her voice. And here's what he had to say.
Talent of Miley Cyrus. You've
I
performed
love
with her
Miley.
before, haven't you? Yes.
I've always loved Miley. I love it. That voice, man. That
Yeah.
voice, like no one's like. She sounds like an ashtray.
Yeah.
And I mean that as a
unique, isn't
compliment.
it? That
I
is a
literally mean that as a
compliment.
compliment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
She
Yeah,
sounds like the
that's-
carpet at the RSL.
It's a little harsh.
I think it is a little harsh, but to be fair, Keith Urban sounds like an ashtray. Like he has that kind of like rasp in his voice.
This is why I don't think she would be offended by this, because if you remember, like probably 2013, 2012, she was always smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
And she said that she tries to smoke, like she likes the way that cigarettes make her voice sound.
Oh.
And so like this is literally that. So
Makes
she's
sense.
achieved the goal.
I think it's also like for maybe like a pop singer or maybe like a R&B singer, you don't want to sound like an ashtray. But like,
She's a raspy voice.
like this is kind of her thing. Like she's like, I mean, she's a pop girly, but like she has that like country like origin. Like it makes sense. I don't think Miley Cyrus would be offended by someone saying she sounds like an ashtray.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. That's like saying you like smooth like whiskey.
Yeah,
Not a compliment.
exactly.
No.
Yes.
We're on Keith Urban's side.
Yeah.
Miley has not responded to this.
She probably won't.
She probably won't though. But Keith Urban, he also, he gave reviews for 2 other musicians, one of them being Taylor Swift,
Oh
who
God.
he likes, and also Ariana Grande.
Oh yes, they're
He's a good
really
dude.
good friends. They're
Keith
really.
Urban's a
What
really
do you say
nice.
about Taylor Swift?
She's great.
Oh,
you know.
jeez.
You know, Taylor Swift. What can you say about Taylor Swift these days except that she's great?
She is great. She's God.
As I pan down to Melanie's shirt, and for you guys listening, Melanie is wearing a shirt with Taylor Swift as
Jesus.
Jesus.
I got this in London.
This is blasphemy. Let's move along.
All right. Excuse me.
There was a Green Day concert in Detroit last night. Very, very scary situation. So the band was performing. They were about 15 minutes into their set. And then out of nowhere, someone rushed out to the set or rushed on stage and kind of like whispered something to the bass player. The bass player then jetted off of stage.
Without
And then-
telling the rest of them?
Well, I think they were alerting everyone individually. They were trying to alert everyone. But once the bass player jetted off, the other members of the band kind of took notice and they also left the stage without any kind of announcement at the time. They ultimately revealed that someone flew a drone into the stadium. And if you guys are listening right now, watch on YouTube because you can see kind of the footage playing right now. But someone flew a drone into the stadium, which alerted the police, which makes sense. You don't
Is
know
that-
where well,
This is a drone.
yeah, but like you don't know that if you're just a police officer. It's nighttime. It's dark.
What is the drone gonna do?
But we don't know whether you kind of want to be probably more precautious than anything.
Totally, for sure.
Yeah.
But it probably could have spooked people by the band members running off the stage, and it could
Well-
have caused what's it called?
Stampede.
A stampede.
Well, I don't think anybody
Over a drone.
But I think this is a fair thing to do. So they said the police officers, the Detroit police, have detained the man who flew the drone into the stadium. But in a lot of like venues and even a lot of like national parks and things now, you can't fly drones.
Oh, really?
Yes, I went to Seattle a few weeks ago and I went to some waterfall in some place. and it was like a bunch of signs saying no drones.
Yeah, they
Like,
always say no
no
drones,
drones.
but people do it anyway.
Right. So I think it's a matter of, it's kind of hard to decipher in that moment whether this is just like a video drone, but there are
Yeah.
also weaponless drones, Melanie.
There are?
Yes.
There's like drones that like pew pew.
Yes. Or like drop
Are
bombs.
you sure?
Yes, you think I'm making this up?
I think you're making this up.
Oh my God. Anybody in the room ever heard of a drone? That's actually what drones originally do. Yeah, but like that doesn't mean it can't happen in America. Everybody's telling me that I'm being dramatic for thinking that a drone could be potentially dangerous.
No, I think you're being a
Drones
little
literally drop packages off in front of people's homes. I think that you can put a bomb or something on a drone and direct it into a concert and have that blow up.
That's true. You're okay.
I might be a little anxious and crazy, but
I guess.
at least I'm precautious.
But the stampede could have been much worse.
All right. Well, Green Day
I've
returned.
been in a stampede. It's scary.
Why were you in it? Never mind. Green Day returned to the stage shortly after, and reportedly told the crowd, "Ain't no mother that's gonna stop us. I'll tell you that."
Well, apparently they did.
They stopped y'all for a few minutes and then y'all came back out. They did apologize to fans on stage and then later on X. So all is well with the Green Day fans.
Okay.
I can't believe you didn't think drones could be dangerous.
I can't believe they didn't get the lead singer off the stage first.
Please.
Really? The show can go on.
Everybody's equally important, Melanie.
Okay.
Moving on to our almost news segment. Kim and Kroy, they are going through this nasty divorce. Well,
Yeah.
now Kroy wants to force the sale of their marital home. He wants the judge to give him the power to force the sale of their home, basically because he's like, Kim is dragging this out. They're in financial ruins. The home is in foreclosure. They had until a certain date to decide to either sell the home or set for foreclosure soon.
Mhm.
They need to make up some money. They owe the IRS an absurd amount of money. They've now reduced the price of the home down to $3.95 million. It
Huh?
was more expensive than that. They're really trying to sell this home.
I just don't know why Kim doesn't want to sell it. Like, get rid of it. Doesn't she need the money?
Well-
Doesn't she want the money? Why keep it? It's probably a disaster zone in there, having the tape all over the ground, dividing the home up.
Well, right. So the home was listed for about $3.95, like I said. And then there was no takers at that price. Kroy is like, we need to lower the price of the home so that we can sell the home. Kim, on the other hand, however, is saying that she will not take anything other $3.85 million. And it's like, Kim, please, Kim Zolciak.
Watch an episode of $1 Million Listing. You got to lower the price and negotiate it higher.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Kimmy.
So Kroy says that the IRS has a $1.3 million lien against the home. The mortgage is owed about $2.2 million. And there's another lien for $250,000 on a home equity line of credit.
Oh.
They need to get rid of this home. They need to pay all these people back.
Well, no wonder she didn't want to sell it for less, because then she's going to have to come up with the money.
Exactly. So I kind of understand why Kim is like,
That's a
look,
pickle.
we need to make sure that when we do sell the home, it does cover all of our outstanding like debts
I feel like I'm in that pickle, but like on a lower scale.
on a lower scale.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Kim said any sale under $3.5 million will leave her with no money to buy a new home. So Kim's concern is that, like, even if we sell the home, we offload the home, we can make up for the debt, the liens, and things that we own on the home and the property.
I take back everything I said.
She's like, we need another home.
I'm not going to get rid of the home I'm living in to live homeless. I need money to buy a house.
But regardless, sis, the home will be foreclosed if you don't sell the home.
But they said foreclosure like 2 years ago, and she's still in that house. She can turn into a squatter. Come and get me. Drag me out of here. I'm not going without a fight. I'm on Kim Tim.
Well,
What? I'm on
Team Kim.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, Kroy is claiming that amidst Kim's refusal to sell the home, she's still spending up a lot of money. Kroy says she's buying $400 bottles of wine, spending money on clothes, plastic surgery, online gambling, and going out almost every single night.
Just living a life.
Like, come on.
She needs to drop it to Trader Joe's wine. That'll suffice.
You still on Kim's side with this?
Yes.
So bottom line is, Kroy wants Kim removed completely from the decision-making process. He insists that she has no financial wherewithal. Is that a word? You know what I'm trying to say.
I think a lot of people don't have financial wherewithal.
Gotcha.
So I just can't judge her. I'm in the same boat,
Honestly,
baby.
I'm truly not judging either, Kim Zolciak. I
Yeah.
am in financial ruins.
Sorry, Kim.
every day.
We get it.
Student loans are kicking my behind.
I got a couple tickets to pay for.
Okay. Moving on to our almost news. Oh, I'm lying. We just did almost news.
Yeah.
Moving on to Today in History.
Woo!
We come to you with some historical facts
Okay.
on behalf of Charlie Neff.
Oh,
who is
she sent these in on vacation?
No.
Oh.
She just demanded that we still do her segment even though she's gone.
I understand.
You
I'm
know.
surprised you were still doing it. It shocked me a lot.
Okay, Today in History. Today is National Coffee Ice Cream Day.
Celebrating.
No coffee, but coffee ice cream.
So coffee and ice cream?
No, you know how they have coffee flavored ice cream?
Huh?
They do have it. It's okay.
I get it, but like, why do you have a holiday just for a
Exactly.
specific flavor?
Okay, this one you're also not going to like. Today is National Read a Book Day.
Can't tell you the last time I did one of those. I
I can't relate.
barely read the website. Show me pictures.
To be honest, I actually don't read books. I read a lot, like articles and news, but like books are so boring.
Give me a picture book.
I know. They still have the pop-up books from back in the day. Okay. On this day in 1620, some actual history.
Oh.
The Pilgrims sailed from Plymouth, England, on the Mayflower to settle in North America, colonize and murder, slaughter hundreds of thousands of Native Americans to create what we now know as the United States.
Oh, shoot.
You ain't-
I had a family member on the Mayflower.
Well, shout out to the indigenous people of North America.
I'm also Native American. Very small amount, but
All right, well.
you should probably cut that. Just kidding.
Moving on. On this day in 1971, National Grandparents' Day was proclaimed. That's one that I feel like we've been doing for a while. Like Grandparents' Day, you know how we do like Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Women's Day.
Mother's Day?
Like
International Women's Day?
Yeah, Women's Day.
Yeah, so now in 1979, they made a National Grandparents' Day.
Oh, my grandparents are dead.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Wait, same.
Sad.
R.I.P.
Sorry. Happy National Grandparents Day.
All right.
Or hopefully not down there, huh?
Oh my God, Melanie. On this day in 2003, Nelly, P. Diddy, and Murphy Lee's song, Shake Your Tail Feather, became the #1 song in the country. Shake your tail feather. Oh. Do you know that one? Oh. All right. Now, this one's for you, Melanie.
Oh.
On this day in 2014, which Taylor Swift song became the #1 song in the country? If you don't know this, you are kicked off the Swiftie podcast.
Blank space. Shake it off.
Oh, you only get one guess.
Shake it off. It's
Let's
Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Yeah.
I stay out too late.
Oh, come on. I even have the right album.
You did have the right album.
With barely any time. And I got the give me $10. That guy on TikTok.
You're supposed to be a fight of Taylor Swift knowledge, Melanie.
No, I literally got I go inside the blank space or Shake It Off.
Okay, well, if this was Jeopardy, you would have lost.
Well, listen.
Okay, don't try to excuse your wrongness. Thank you for joining me today, Melanie. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.